name is Cheryl McCallum, and that was me nearly 30 years ago, singing the first song in the first Broadway Rose show, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. And here we are now, celebrating the 30th anniversary of Broadway Rose and the wonderful work that they've done through the years. So it is now my pleasure to welcome the co-founders of the theater, my friends, Sharon Maroney and Dan Murphy.
And we're still here. Welcome to Our Time, celebrating Broadway Rose's 30th season of musicals. I'm Dan Murphy, Managing Director.
And I'm Sharon Maroney, Producing Artistic Director. We're missing you. And we'd like to thank you for spending this time with us to reflect on our past 30 years and for helping us with your gifts to set the stage for the next 30 years. Each year at our annual gala, supporters, angels, art heroes like yourself help us raise enough money to support our mission to create unparalleled musical theater events that invigorate audiences and enrich our communities. But your gifts not only support the productions and the artists, but ensure that our education and our outreach programs are successful. Your gifts help us ensure the future of the arts, and this year is no exception. Some of you have already contributed to make this event a reality. Thank you. And this year, our gala is virtual, and we're delighted that people from all over the country are able to join us for this celebration. We've put together a spectacular lineup of guests and artists who will make this gala amazing. Thank you all for being here as we share and enjoy memories of the past and our dreams for the future. And with the help of folks like Bonnie Conger, Jim and Mim Sturgill, and Dick and Jane Miller, as well as all of you, we know we'll exceed our fundraising goal. Enjoy the evening, and please support us with a generous donation so we can open our doors and get back to the business of producing live musical theater and welcome all of you back to the Broadway Rose Theater. You can support us at any time by going online at BroadwayRose.org or calling our box office at 503-620-5262. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy Our Time.
So let's begin. Our first musical guest appeared in our very first season in 1992. We hired her to play Cha-Cha Di Gregoria in Grease. Little did we know from the auditions in the spring that she would arrive 7 months pregnant to rehearsal in the summer. We were able to navigate a costume to conceal that fact, and if anyone caught on, well, Cha-Cha's character became a little more interesting. Now, she has been with us on and off over the last 30 seasons. You'll remember her in Sisters of Swing, The Bikinis, Morticia in The Addams Family, and most recently in Mamma Mia. So please enjoy the song stylings of Lisa Marie Harrison.
Good times and bum times, I've seen them all, and my dear, I'm still here. Plush velvet sometimes, sometimes just pretzels and beer, but I'm here. I've stuffed the dailies in my shoes, strummed ukuleles, sung the blues, seen all my dreams disappear, but I'm here. I've slept in shanties, guest of the WPA, but I'm here. Danced in my scanties, $3 a night was the pay, but I'm here. I've stood in bread lines with the best, watched while the headlines did the rest. In the depression was I depressed? Nowhere near. I met a big financier, and I'm here. Black sable one day, next day it goes into hawk. But I'm here. Top billing Monday, Tuesday you're touring in stock. But I'm here. First you're another slow-eyed vamp, then someone's mother, then your camp, then you career from career to career. I'm almost through my memoirs and I'm here. I've gotten through Hey Lady, aren't you loses? Wow, what a looker you were. Or better yet, sorry, I thought you loses. Whatever happened to her? Good times and bum times, I've seen them all, and my dear, I'm still here. Plush velvet sometimes, sometimes just pretzels and beer. But I'm here. I've run the gamut, A to Z. 3 cheers and damn it, say la vie. I got through all of last year, and I'm here. Lord knows at least I was there, and I'm here. Look who's here. I'm still here.
Ron Wyden here, and thank you all for joining today to support Broadway Rose Theater. And congratulations to Broadway Rose for 30 years of building culture and community in Washington County. The arts are critical to our quality of life. Art, music, and theater remind us of our collective humanity in building a welcoming environment for all people. The theme of tonight's event is Our Time, and what a time it has been for our cherished arts organizations throughout Oregon. I know that many have been almost digging for change in seat cushions to weather the economic fallout of the pandemic. So I'm gonna keep fighting with all my strength in the Congress to ensure that beloved community art institutions like Broadway Rose Theater can keep creating wonderful theater in Tigard for another 30 incredible seasons. Thanks so much for all you do to enrich our community. And I hope everybody will join me in urging support today for the Broadway Rose Theater.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us for our first virtual fundraising gala, Our Time, celebrating Broadway Rose's 30th season. I'm Jan Leon, president of the Broadway Rose Board of Directors, and I'm honored to be part of this wonderful organization. I so enjoyed seeing the video of our first 10 years, and I'm proud to say I was there at the beginning as both a theater lover and volunteer. The last year has been a difficult, crazy time, but I believe in some ways it has really underscored what an amazing team we have at Broadway Rose. While Dan and Sharon had the vision to create this company 30 years ago, they have also built a creative, passionate staff with decades of experience. They've been resilient in meeting the unique challenges of the past year. The theater has continued to find ways to connect with our artists and community, creating engaging digital productions and educational opportunities. Together, we will get through this crisis, and we look forward to again producing amazing, artistic, live musical theater. We're so grateful for all of you who continue to make that possible. Thank you for joining us to celebrate this exciting anniversary.
Tyreen Batta is a huge arts advocate and board member extraordinaire. I first met Tyreen when we were both singing waiters on the Portland Spirit too many years ago to mention. Now, she performed in several of our children's shows in the late 90s and has an incredible singing voice. Tyreen is here to tell us about the theater's humble beginnings and the journey to where we are today.
Broadway Rose Theater Company began with big dreams and high hopes. 4 New York artists, including married couple Sharon Maroney and Dan Murphy, planned to open a professional summer stock theater in Tigard, Oregon. After pooling their savings, securing the Deb Fennell Auditorium, and hiring 8 actors and a musical director from New York, they headed out to Oregon. Broadway Rose opened its first production on July 2nd, 1992. Under the artistic direction of Sharon Maroney, Broadway Rose has been producing professional musical theater for 30 seasons and has been nationally recognized for its commitment to artistic excellence and new work development. Working to enrich the region's cultural life and increase opportunities for Oregonians to participate in the arts, the company presents a variety of main stage productions throughout the year, as well as summer children's musicals, educational camps for children and teens, and a technical internship program for developing theater professionals. The average annual attendance in a traditional year exceeds 45,000 visits. Broadway Rose is a nonprofit committed to keeping live theater affordable and making its productions accessible to all members of the community, and is proud to be Oregon's premier musical theater company. Broadway Rose's success is because of fans like you who cheer them on at every curtain call throughout the years by generously donating to the theater's health. We can't do it without you, and we thank you so much for your continued support.
Oh, hi, pardon me. I was just rehearsing a little something for when we hopefully open again. My name is Dacia Graber, and I am proudly the state representative for House District 35, including Tigard and this incredible treasure we are celebrating today. And don't worry, I won't quit my day job. Congratulations to Broadway Rose for entertaining the Portland area with professional musical theater since 1992. As Washington County's largest arts organization, Broadway Rose works to enrich our region's cultural life and increase opportunities for Oregonians to participate in the arts. Broadway Rose is a valued and treasured institution, not only in our city and county, but in our state. I am so proud of the award-winning and nationally recognized theater company that resides right here in our community. Your support today will help ensure that when it is safe for Broadway Rose to open its doors again, they will be ready. We all look forward to being together again, celebrating live, joyful theater.
As we reflect on our past, Broadway Rose's growth is probably most evident in our musical productions. Paul Irvin, who in addition to currently serving on our board of directors, first appeared on our stage in 1995 in Dames at Sea, and has been involved with many, many productions over the years. Now, Paul and I first met in 1994 when we were both cast in the Musical Theater Company's production of West Side Story. I was the oldest living jet, and Paul was the oldest living shark. Now, we were paired in the rumble at the end of the first act and decided we would let the younger kids rumble down center, and we would wrestle each other on the floor, rolling into a dark spot on the stage so no one would be aware of our laughter. Anyway, he has an insider perspective of our artistic evolution.
30 years ago, Broadway Roses productions were created on a shoestring budget. All hands were on deck to build the set, sew the costumes, and it was sometimes hard to find enough people to cast in the shows. But that startup energy was infectious. The artistic and creative teams worked like dogs to put on the shows, and we had a great time doing it. Artistic director Sharon Maroney has always stayed focused on improving the artistic quality of the shows. As the audience grew, the budget grew, and soon the company was hiring professional designers, renting sets and costume packages, and attracting talent from all over the country. As production values improved, the press began to take notice, and the company started winning regional awards.
I've been coming to Broadway Rose since the mid-90s, and it's really been great as both an audience member and someone who's been writing about the company to watch it evolve and watch it grow. And it's really been important to me to follow the company and to see all these wonderful shows. I'm really happy to have made Broadway Rose feel like it's part of my family too.
When I think of the Broadway Rose, I always think of high quality entertainment. I know I'm going to enjoy the show, the amazing casts that they put together, the fun shows, and also being exposed to new musicals that I've never seen before. It has been great and eye-opening, and I love the fact that I can rely on Broadway Rose for showing me new theater as well as bringing out some of my old favorites.
I think it's important that a lot of actors are given the chance to shine, and they know, I'm sure they know anyway, I don't know any of them, but I'm sure they know as soon as they're cast in a Broadway Rose show, they're going to be as well directed and as well costumed and as well musically directed as they could possibly be in the area.
It is top quality musical theater. You really can't find better musical theater anywhere. And I'm so proud of what we do here.
If for somebody who had never heard of the Broadway Rose Theater, I would go through and say, you can get professional theater for a very reasonable price in the suburbs of outside Portland, and you will always come back again. That is what I would tell them about Broadway Rose.
Broadway Rose is well known for producing musical revues such as Forever Plaid, Beehive, and the very popular Always Patsy Cline. But the theater is mostly known for presenting its big, splashy musicals each summer. Some of our most spectacular productions were Phantom, The Will Rogers Follies, Jekyll and Hyde, Les Miserables, The Drowsy Chaperone, Cats, and Mamma Mia.
My experiences at Broadway Rose have been invaluable. The opportunities provided have challenged me, inspired me, and helped me to grow as a theater artist. So yes, Broadway Rose is an invaluable gift.
Hello, my name is Robert Vaughn, and I have been a scenic designer for Broadway Rose for a number of years now. And my experience working at Broadway Rose has always been incredibly positive, both personally, professionally, and creatively. I can always count on the folks at Broadway Rose that I'll be working with to be some of the best in the Portland area. They're responsible and they care about everybody around them and the work that they do. Just like Dan and Sharon cares about every single audience member that comes through their doors. Working at Broadway Rose has been easily one of the highest points of my career.
Hi friends, Josie Seed here in my room full of roses because I'm talking about Broadway Rose and why I love working there, which is they are top-notch professionals. I have yet to work with a musical theater company that makes me feel as well taken care of as they do.
Working at Broadway Rose has really been an evolution for me. First as a performer, then as a choreographer, and now as an educator as well. I've really seen firsthand the professionalism and attention to detail that goes into their programs, the planning, the preparation, and really the love that goes into them too. Broadway Rose really cares about bringing the community together through the art of storytelling. And we need those stories now more than ever.
You've experienced firsthand the magic of musical theater, whether you've laughed out loud, been moved to tears, or left the theater singing.
Trust me, I have so much fun with it. It brings laughter. It is a good escape for the pop-up problems in life. I've met so many wonderful people and made new friends.
I bring my friends. I tell everyone about Broadway Rose and how the warmth of the theater can embrace you and entertain you. You forget about all your worries for the day. You have a great night out with your friends and see a grand show.
If Broadway Rose wasn't around, there certainly would be a lot less singing and dancing, and I think there would be a lot fewer happy people. That's one of the things that I'm always struck by when I come away from a Broadway Rose show is I feel so much better, and I kind of feel my heart lifted, and there are times when you really need that.
Your gift tonight will help Broadway Rose continue to produce shows with the highest artistic quality while keeping live theater affordable. Thank you for supporting Broadway Rose and its artistic programming.
Annie Kaiser has been a part of the Broadway Rose since she first appeared on our stage in our 2001 production of Phantom. Now, since then, she's participated in just about every aspect of productions, including, but not limited to, actress, stage manager, choreographer, costume designer, props designer, box office, teacher, director, as well as writer and composer of some of our most popular children's shows. She's here to tell us about our cultural growth and needs of the community by providing educational and creative opportunities for children and youth.
Since the first season 30 years ago, Broadway Rose has sought ways to ignite a passion for theater in young children and teens, either as audience members or as campers and workshop participants. Each typical summer, thousands of children enjoy the hour-long children's musical theater productions. Professional actors bring our favorite children's stories to life through song and dance and greet the audience after the show. But what makes Broadway Rose Children's Productions unique is that the summer drama camp students, ages 8 to 11, perform in the ensemble. It's a great opportunity for children to work with professional directors, choreographers, and perform side by side with adult actors. The students get a rare educational and performance experience. I've had the pleasure of leading drama camps and directing several children's musicals, including Peter Pan and Neverland, which I wrote and directed. It's incredibly rewarding to work alongside an 8-year-old as they're developing confidence and experiencing joy on the stage. The intense 3-week Teen Summer Workshop is one of Broadway Rose's most popular programs. Designed for students who are serious about pursuing musical theater, the teens work with a seasoned production team to rehearse and mount a full-length production.
One of the things that makes the Teen Summer Workshop so unique is that it combines the elements of a summer camp program, that camaraderie and fellowship, the good fun of spending a few weeks with your peers creating art together, with a more professional setting. And the students get to experience a small portion of what it takes to put professional musical theater together, albeit in a very compressed timeline. And that combination and compression make for a truly magical experience for the students and make it unique among the camp programs or summer classes I've had the privilege of working at.
Broadway Rose brings to the community just great musical theater, but also what they do for the youth. It ensures that the next generation of audience members and theater goers and actors are being trained right here in Tigard and Washington County.
Another unique program is the paid technical internship program for high school and college students. This opportunity facilitates relationships between theater professionals and students in order to train, encourage, and nurture those seeking careers or desiring to expand their expertise in theater.
Hi, my name is Michelle Strom. I have been the soundboard operator at the Broadway Rose Theater Company for the past 5 to 6 years. I got my start here because I was interested in sound at Tualatin High School, and I was a student back then. And Dan Murphy, the managing director, would come and direct the shows with Kim Kreger, the musicals at Tualatin High School. And at the time, I was helping out with sound, and I think Dan saw me and he saw some potential in me and said, hey, I would like it if you would, come try something out at the Broadway Rose. And so I got my start there. My first show was Grease, and I was a stagehand for that. Then Thoroughly Modern Millie, I was a spot op, which was a ton of fun. And then Oklahoma, I was the lightboard op. But my real career here started at Adrift in Macau when their, at the time, current soundboard op was leaving. So they gave me the opportunity, and from there, it's really the rest has been history. I've learned pretty much everything I know about audio, I've learned here. Just being able to work so many shows back to back. I plan on taking all of these skills with me to the future. I want to pursue this career further. If I could get to mixing shows on Broadway someday, that would be awesome.
Working with Adventure Musical Theater Touring Company, Broadway Rose hosts an annual musical highlighting an historical event, free for 3,500 Tigard Tualatin Elementary students. Past shows have included The Story of Lewis and Clark, How Baseball Saved Us, about World War II Japanese internment camps, and Rosie the Riveter. Given cuts in school budgets and arts education, this program fills an especially critical need. These presentations are often a child's first exposure to theater. Even during the pandemic, we continue to inspire our young artists and have created new curriculum for our teens, including physically distanced dance classes and voice and acting workshops.
I think what Broadway Rose has done with the adjusted programming this summer has just been really, really cool. And I haven't really had another opportunity with any other theater like it this summer to really be in person and wear masks and do stuff. And I feel like it was very helpful. It's nice to know that even during a time of a national pandemic, I can still do my art form and participate in a wonderful theater that allows me to express that. And I think it was very cool.
I have seen firsthand how the Broadway Rose impacts young people's lives. Your donation tonight will help inspire creativity and expose the next generation of young audiences to live musical theater.
Hey, I'm Ari Shapiro, and you might know me as one of the hosts of All Things Considered on NPR. But if you had happened to be in the audience at the Broadway Rose in 1994, you would have seen me in a couple of musicals, Fiddler on the Roof and Aladdin. And it was a young theater company then. I never could have imagined that I would be able to be here helping them celebrate their 30th anniversary. I just think of all the years of not only audiences that have been entertained, but cast members, young people who have learned skills that they've gone on to use in any number of ways, whether that's in the performing arts or in broadcast journalism. So congratulations, Broadway Rose. Thank you for bringing your contribution to the arts to Portland, my hometown, and to the many people who have passed through your doors over the years, myself included.
Ada Valentine delighted audiences in our 2012 production of The Sound of Music as Gretel, the youngest of the Von Trapp family. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, as her mother, Danielle, has been in many of our productions, most recently in Up and Away, the last show we produced for a live audience before the pandemic hit. Ada has grown into a powerhouse performer of her own and is here to sing for us. Enjoy.
The sun'll come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's none. When I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely, I just stick out my chin and grin and say, oh, the sun'll come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may, tomorrow, tomorrow, I love ya tomorrow. You're always a day away. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love ya tomorrow. You're always a day away.
While the Broadway Rose loves the Broadway classics, we also believe in fostering new and newer works. Now, here to explain is Joe Tyson, one of Broadway Rose's favorite leading men and former development manager.
Broadway Rose is committed to the development of new musicals, working with new and established artists, both local and national, to help them develop their work. From staged readings to fully produced world premieres like Ripper in 2011, which was supported by a National Endowment for the Arts grant, Broadway Rose offers a rare opportunity for writers to develop their work while supporting them with a production team, actors, and musicians, and most important, an audience to watch and respond to their musical.
What sets Broadway Rose apart is their dedication to not only producing the best of current and classic Broadway, but also their dedication to searching and finding new, unknown, and sometimes unusual shows. It's a risk that many theaters are not willing to take, but the rewards for audiences and the artists involved can be experiences that are thrilling and like no other.
It's common for a new show to open and then never be performed again, even really good shows. So one of Broadway Rose's goals is to be the second or third theater to produce a show, giving it a chance to gain traction on its way to Broadway or into the regional theater circuit. Productions like Pete and Keeley, The Case of the Dead Flamingo Dancer, Getting to Know You, Adrift in Macau, Trails, and Fly By Night and Up and Away, which I was honored to be a part of.
To be able to put something on paper and then hand it to a team of people, of creative people, and then say, here it is, and then let them do whatever they want to do with it. It's really exciting to see the different choices that are being made that we didn't think of. He's done such a good job, and the actors are fantastic, and it's a huge relief when you say, okay, they've taken our baby, they've taken care of it in a way that we didn't possibly know could be taken care of. And it's so rewarding and exciting.
So to have a theater with a great reputation in a town that is excited about theater and with it makes you feel like you can trust it.
Broadway Rose audiences have been overwhelmingly supportive of new and newer works produced on our stages. Your support helps bring the future of musical theater to our stages and beyond. In 2016, Broadway Rose was the second theater to produce the rock fable Fly By Night, which won the Grammy Award for Outstanding Musical Production that year. Please enjoy this virtual cast reunion.
Instants, moments, one flickering flame of light. There are rhythms in our bodies. Some we develop for ourselves over time.
Mayonnaise, meat, cheese, and lettuce. Mayonnaise, meat, cheese, and lettuce.
Some we adopt to distract ourselves.
Unique New York, unique New York, unique New York, unique New York.
Some we use to remember.
Libiamo negli eti colici.
Some we use to move ourselves forward.
I finally know where I am going. There isn't a shadow of doubt. There's no time to pack and there's no looking back. What a dress, well, I guess I'll find out.
Finding I'm tired of wishing from under a layer of frost. My life isn't done, we could just use some sun, what's to lose?
I refuse to get lost. There is life, so much life, and my life's not a waste. It's just been displaced. Now it's almost as if I'm on top of a cliff with a view stretches out far and wide. My heart might break. That's a chance I gotta take, and at least I'll know I tried.
My foot is inflamed with arthritis from the heel to the tip of my toe. So what if it limps? I'll at least get a glimpse of a memory from long, long ago, when the orchestra thundered with music and a girl is too good to be true. But I have to wait for the discounted rate because seats are expensive.
Can't block the exits, I'm sorry. Good day to you. Sorry, I wish I could help. And as Mr. McClam tells a ticket seller,
goodbye.
Harold tells a ticket seller,
one way please to South Dakota, so I can know I'm alive, so I can feel something true, something real.
There you go, it costs $10.25.
Mayonnaise, meat, cheese, and lettuce. Mayonnaise, meat, cheese, and lettuce. Mayonnaise, meat, cheese, and lettuce. Mayonnaise, meat, cheese, and lettuce.
This isn't right. Everything's wrong. I need more time. Another one final try.
Harold's train finally arrives and he races to the platform.
Goodbye, New York. See you later. The country is where I belong. No honking cars, only quiet and stars. And the girl who first sang me this song. It might be rough, but enough is enough, and at least I'll know I tried. At least I'll know I
are grateful that the Broadway Rose has always received tremendous support from our community, and we believe it's important to give back. I'd like to introduce Amaya Santa Maria, Broadway Rose's Community Engagement Coordinator.
As a nonprofit organization, Broadway Rose understands the necessity of asking for help. We also understand just how important it is and how much we can help our community continue to strengthen and grow by sharing our own expertise and resources with other nonprofit organizations whenever we can. Our staff serve on the boards of various organizations and participate as active members of Chamber of Commerce groups, arts alliances, and service organizations. We work with the Tigard Tualatin School District to help bring theater to local students, as well as giving back to our community by volunteering for and mentoring other arts and nonprofit organizations. In the past 30 years, Broadway Rose has become a cultural hub in the city of Tigard and throughout Washington County. We welcome community groups and nonprofits to our space on an almost daily basis, as many do not have their own spaces to meet and grow. We've hosted all kinds of events, like fundraisers, political debates, trainings, and educational seminars for various civic organizations and nonprofits. We are so proud to serve as a community resource while continuing to excel in our artistic programming.
The people who founded and manage and run the company, Dan Murphy and Sharon Maroney, are just a wonderful example of how to be involved in your community and caring and just give of their time to other causes.
At Broadway Rose Theater Company, we believe in the power of musical theater to bring people together across differences in age, class, culture, gender, ability, race, and all lived experiences. Musical theater imagines a place where even strangers can join together to sing and dance in harmony, and when that happens, our world becomes a better place. We believe that diversity strengthens both our art and our community, and that by participating in musical theater together, we can encounter new stories and ideas, we can expand our worldview and foster joy and compassion, understanding and solidarity. Your gifts not only support Broadway Rose, but also our community at large. Thank you so much for your support.
Hello, I'm Congresswoman Suzanne Bonamici, and I'm glad to be able to celebrate with you, albeit virtually. I recognize the many challenges of operating a theater company, especially during a global pandemic. And I recognize the adjustments that Broadway Rose and those in the creative community have had to make over the last year. Art plays such an important role in our lives, in our communities, and in our society. It helps us better understand different communities and cultures, has the powerful ability to enrich people, inspire creativity, and transform communities. Right now, the arts are helping people cope. And as our country moves toward recovery, it will continue to play an important role in helping us heal and make sense of what has happened. Thank you to Broadway Rose and the many advocates and artists throughout Oregon who continue to champion the value of the arts despite the continued challenges. I wish you all a safe and joyous and productive 30th season.
Our next performer was set to make his Broadway Rose debut in our production of Ain't Misbehavin', which was canceled due to COVID. He was also cast in our production of Crazy for You, which was also canceled due to COVID. We did have the opportunity to introduce him to our audiences last summer when he was a guest in our Midday Cabaret series. Finally, he was able to perform in our production Christmas My Way, a Sinatra holiday bash, which streamed last December. Welcome back, Charles Cook.
I'm gonna build a mountain from a little hill. Gonna build me a mountain, least I hope I will. I'm gonna build a mountain, gonna build it high. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, I only know I'm gonna try. I'm gonna build a daydream from a little hope. Gonna push my daydream up the mountain slow. I'm gonna build a daydream, I'm gonna see it through. I'll build a mountain and a daydream, I'm gonna make them both come true. I'm gonna build a heaven from a little hell. Gonna build me a heaven, and I know darn well if I build my mountain with a lot of care and take my daydream up the mountain, a heaven will be waiting there. When I build my heaven, as I will someday, gonna build me a new life, throw the old away. You and I together, gonna make life swing. We'll fill tomorrow full of happiness, gonna make the whole world sing. You and I together, gonna make life swing. We'll fill tomorrow full of happiness, gonna make the whole world sing. We'll fill tomorrow full of happiness, gonna make the whole world sing. We'll fill tomorrow full of happiness, make the whole world sing, yeah!
When Dan and I and the staff started making plans for our 30th anniversary season a couple of years ago, we were thinking big shows, lots of celebrations, and settling into our newly expanded building. But as you know, we've had to postpone those plans because of the pandemic. So consequently, we had plenty of time to reflect on our first 30 years, and it's been fascinating looking at old production photos and videos and revisiting our successes and our challenges. It's hard to believe that we've produced 191 productions, and we've grown from having one part-time employee who worked in our home to having 16 employees, from being a summer stock theater to a year-round company producing shows in our own theater. Now, our success is due to many people who shared their time and talent over the years. But it's because of those of you that believed in us and supported us that we were able to thrive. It's been fun reflecting on the past. But now, we're ready and excited to build our future. As I speak, the construction has started on our facility. In a few short months, we will have a new costume and set shop, new administrative offices, and a new rehearsal hall. I am excited about all of it, but I have to say, I am most excited about the new rehearsal hall. We will finally have dedicated space to work on new shows, offer more classes, and produce cabarets and special events for all of you to enjoy. It's going to take a while to get back to where we were before the pandemic, but honestly, I don't want to go back to just the way things were. I want to go beyond. I want to reach new dreams. I want to inspire more artists, create more opportunities to train youth, engage our community, create a spectacular place that welcomes everyone. I want to transform and invigorate audiences with live musical theater that makes our hearts skip a beat. And with art heroes, believers, and donors like you, together we can make it happen. Please make a generous donation. And thank you for believing in us.
Greetings to all the members and friends of the Broadway Rose Theater Company. Senator Jeff Merkley here, and I hope that all of you are enjoying tonight's gala. Great Spanish artist Salvador Dali once said that a true artist is not one who is inspired, but one who inspires others. And for the last 30 years, from working to get off the ground that first season in the auditorium of the Tigard High School, right up to the box office smashing 2018 production of Mamma Mia, and all of the youth camps, teen workshops, technical internships, original education music tours, created specifically for the region students to experience the magic of the stage, there is no question that you all at the Broadway Rose Theater Company are an inspiration. I want to specifically acknowledge all of the contributions that this company has made to our state and to our people over the past year. Even after the state went into lockdown and your season was brought to a halt, the Broadway Rose Company showed resilience and fortitude, finding new ways to bring art to Oregonians and to keep inspiring. Your weekly midday cabaret shows entertained audiences with songs and behind-the-scenes stories from your stars, showed audiences an entirely new side to your productions. Digital performances like Daddy Longlegs were not only a smashing critical success, but also made headlines for inspiring the proposal and wedding of two of your own on stage for everyone to be a part of. I know that it's been a tough year. It's been a tough year for all, and a tough year for the Broadway Rose Theater Company, but also for all the members of the broader arts and entertainment industry. And through fighting for national efforts like the Paycheck Protection Program, the Venues Act that provided live event spaces like yours with direct relief, the recently passed American Rescue Plan, I'm thrilled to have been able to play a modest role in supporting all of you. Just as you have inspired others, please take heart and inspiration from all of the friends, patrons, donors who have rallied to your side throughout this crisis. Keep the lights on and the doors open. You've been a beacon of light in a dark period of history. And I know that I join all of those individuals in wishing you a happy 30th anniversary. I can't wait to see not just what this season has to bring, but what's in store for the Broadway Rose Theater Company's next 30 years.
Thank you for watching our virtual gala, Our Time. I hope you had a good time looking back at our first 30 seasons and are excited about our next 30 and what we're building together. To close our program, please enjoy this virtual chorus featuring many of the artists who have contributed to the Broadway Rose stages over the years. I look forward to seeing you in the lobby.
Something is stirring, shifting ground. It's just begun. Edges are blurring all around, and yesterday is done.
Feel the flow, hear what's happening, hear what's happening. Don't you know?
We're the movers and
We're the shapers, we're the names in tomorrow's papers, up to us man to show. It's our time, breathe it in, worlds to change and worlds to win.
Our turn coming through. Me and you, man, me and you.
Feel how it quivers on the brink. Everything
shivers, makes you think. There's so much stuff to sing.
And you and me will be singing it like the birds. With music and you the words, tell them things they don't know. Up to us how to show 'em.
Our time, breathe it in. Worlds to change and worlds to win. Our turn, we're what's new. Me and you, pal, me and you. Feel the flow, hear what's happening. We're what's happening. Long ago, all we had was that funny feeling, saying someday we'd send up reeling. Now it looks like we can.
Someday just began.
It's